Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. 2018 Winter Olympics. The 2018 Winter Olympics, officially known as the 23rd Olympic Winter Games, and commonly known as Pyeongchang 2018, is a major international multi-sport event scheduled to take place from 9 to the 25th of February 2018 in Pyeongchang County, South Korea. The elected host city was announced on 6 July 2011 by the International Olympic Committee after the 123rd IOC Session in Durban, South Africa. Pyeongchang won its bid on the first round of voting, receiving more votes than both Munich, Germany, and Annecy, France. The 2018 Olympics will be the second Olympic Games held in South Korea, after the 1988 Summer Olympics held in Seoul, and will be South Korea's first Winter Games. Pyeongchang will be the third Asian city to host the Winter Games after Sapporo, Japan, and Nagano, Japan. Bidding. Pyeongchang bid to host both the 2010 and 2014 Winter Olympic Games, but lost in the final rounds of voting by 3 and 4 votes respectively. Pyeongchang won its bid for the 2018 Winter Olympic Games in the first round of voting, receiving 63 of the 95 votes cast, giving it the majority required to be elected host city. Munich also launched a bid to host these games. Prior to Beijing's successful 2022 Winter Olympics bid, Munich would have become the first city to host both the Winter and the Summer Games, having previously hosted the 1972 Summer Olympics, but received 25 votes. Annecy launched a bid but failed to secure public support from local citizens. Their bid received 7 votes. Host city election. Pyeongchang was elected as the host city at the 123rd IOC Session in Durban. 48 votes were needed for selection, and Pyeongchang was elected after just one round of voting. Tickets. The ticket prices for the 2018 Winter Olympics were announced in April 2016, and went on sale in October 2016, ranging from 20,000 won to 900,000 won. Tickets for the opening and closing ceremonies will range from 220,000 won to 1.5 million won. The exact prices were determined through market research. Around 50% of the tickets are due to cost about 80,000 won or less, and tickets in sports that are relatively unknown in the region, such as biathlon and luge, will be made cheaper in order to encourage attendance. By contrast, figure skating and the men's hockey gold medal game carry the most expensive tickets of the Games. As of October 11, domestic ticket sales for the Games have been incredibly slow. Of the 750,000 seats allocated to South Koreans, only 20.7% have been sold. International sales have been a bit better, with 59.7% of the 320,000 allocated tickets sold. Sales of tickets to the Paralympic Games are even more dismal, with only 4.2% sold. Preparations. On 5 August 2011, the International Olympic Committee announced the formation of the Pyeongchang 2018 Coordination Commission. On 4 October 2011, it was announced that the organizing committee for the 2018 Winter Olympics will be headed by Kim Jin-sun. The Pyeongchang Organizing Committee for the 2018 Olympic, at its inaugural assembly on 19 October 2011, the first tasks of the organizing committee was to put together a master plan for the Games, as well as forming a design for the venues. The IOC Coordination Commission for the 2018 Winter Olympics made their first visit to Pyeongchang in March 2012. By then, construction was already underway on the Olympic Village. In June 2012, construction began on a high-speed rail line that will connect Pyeongchang to Seoul. The International Paralympic Committee met with the Pyeongchang 2018 Organizing Committee for an orientation in July 2012. Then IOC President Jacques Rogge visited Pyeongchang for the first time in February 2013. On the 27th of June 2014, the Pyeongchang Olympic Committee announced their mascot selection contest. The contest ran from the 15th of September 2014 to the 30th of September 2014. The 2013 Special Olympics World Winter Games were held in Pyeongchang. The Pyeongchang Organizing Committee, for the 2018 Olympic, by recruiting university students living in South Korea to spread awareness of the Olympic Games through social networking services and news articles. Alpensia Sports Park. The Alpensia Resort in Daegueulyeong-myeon will be the focus of the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Gangneung Coastal Cluster. The coastal cluster is located in the city of Gangneung. The Gangneung Olympic Park will include the following 4 venues. In addition, a standalone venue is located on the grounds of Catholic Kwangdong University. Sports. The 2018 Winter Olympics will feature 102 events in 15 sports. 4 new disciplines in existing sports will be introduced in Pyeongchang, including big air snowboarding, mixed doubles curling, mass start speed skating, and mixed team alpine skiing. For the first time since 1998, the National Hockey League will not provide accommodations to allow its players to participate in the men's ice hockey tournament. The NHL's decision stemmed from demands for the IOC to cover the cost of ensuring the NHL players that participate in the games. Although it did pay to ensure NHL players in Sochi, the IOC was unwilling to defer Pyeongchang, and was concerned that the NHL's demand could set a precedent for other professional sports bodies to follow in the future. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman added that the IOC didn't allow the NHL to promote the involvement of its players in the Olympics. The NHL has yet to announce if it will implement any specific measures to penalize players who participate in the Olympics. Numbers in parentheses indicate the number of medal events contested in each sports discipline. Branding. The emblem for the Games was unveiled on the 3rd of May 2013. It is a stylized representation of the Hangul letters P and CH, being the initial sounds of Pyeongchang. Additionally, the left symbol is said to represent the Korean philosophical triad of heaven, earth and humanity, and the right symbol to represent a crystal of ice. The name of the host city, Pyeongchang, has been intentionally styled in camel case as Pyeongchang on the emblem, and in official materials rather than Pyeongchang. This has been done to alleviate potential confusion with Pyongyang, the similarly named capital of neighboring North Korea. Gangwon Governor Choi Moon-soon cited a 2014 incident where a representative from Kenya en route to a United Nations Biodiversity Conference in Pyeongchang was detained by local immigration officers after accidentally flying to Pyongyang instead. The official pictograms for 24 sports across 15 disciplines were revealed in January 2017, and are designed using the Korean alphabet as an inspiration. Mascots. Suhorang, a white tiger, and Bandarbi, an Asiatic black bear, were announced as the official mascots of the 2018 Winter Olympics and Paralympics. Broadcasting rights. Broadcast rights to the 2018 Winter Olympics in some countries were already sold as part of long-term broadcast rights deals, including the game's local right shoulder SBS, who extended its rights to the Olympics through 2024 in July 2011. On the 29th of June 2015, the IOC announced that Discovery Communications, owner of Eurosport, had acquired exclusive rights to the Olympics from 2018 through 2024 across Europe, excluding Russia, on all platforms. Discovery will sublicense its broadcast rights to local free-to-air networks on a territorial basis. Discovery's rights deal will initially not cover France due to pre-existing rights deals with France televisions that run through the 2020 Games. Unlike previous pan-European deals, such as with the European Broadcasting Union and Sport5, Discovery will not solely serve as a reseller and intends to carry coverage on its regional properties, but has committed to sublicensing at least 100 hours of coverage to free-to-air networks. In the United Kingdom, Discovery will hold exclusive paid television rights under license from the BBC in return for the BBC sub-licensing the free-to-air rights to the 2022 and 2024 Olympics from Discovery. In the United States, the Games will once again be broadcast by NBC under a long-term contract. It will also be NBC's first Olympics without longtime host Bob Costas, who announced his retirement from the role in favor of Mike Tirico on the 7th of February 2017. On the 28th of March 2017, NBC also announced that it would air most primetime coverage simultaneously in all time zones, rather than tape delayed for the West Coast. Russian doping. Russia could possibly face being banned because of their state-sponsored doping program. A decision on the matter will be made in the months prior to the Games. Russian Olympic Committee President Alexander Zhukov stated that he expects Russian participation, and that a state ban was not the position of WADA, who expect a resolution in November 2017. Russia managed to avoid being completely banned from the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. Security. On the 20th of September 2017, South Korea's President Moon Jae-in said the country is pushing to ensure security at Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games amid rising tensions over the North Korea's nuclear test and a series of missile launches. However, on the next day, French Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Laura Flessel-Kolovich said France's Winter Olympics team will boycott the Games unless South Korea's security is guaranteed. On the 22nd of September 2017, Austria and Germany joined France in boycotting the Games. Karl Stoss, head of Austria's National Olympic Committee, said that if the situation worsens and the security of our athletes is no longer guaranteed, we will not go to South Korea. The German Interior Ministry said the security question and the possibility of keeping the German team at home would be addressed in good time by the government. Several days later, Laura Flessel-Kolovich reaffirmed France's participation in the Games. Austria and Germany are yet to decide on reaffirming. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Would you like to know more?